As we grow up, all we know is family. We spend most of our time with loved ones, to include the holidays such as Independence Day, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, just to name a few. What if you are deployed and cannot spend the important holidays with the one you love? Excuse me. Today I would like to talk about my family since I could not be able to spend time with them this holiday season due to my current deployment. First, I would like to talk about my dad, who actually gave me the inspiration to talk about this topic. If you look right here, here's a picture of my dad and my little brother. My dad was born in 1965 in Washington, D.C. He went to school there. He was born and raised in D.C. He joined the Marines when, right after he got out of high school, served for 5 years. He actually got a chance to go to overseas and serve in Operation Desert Storm. He was wounded. He was in a battle, and he actually got stabbed in the shoulder. So if you see, he had 118 stitches down his left shoulder. I was too young to know what happened or anything, but he always tells me the story. My father worked in the Department of Defense for approximately 20 years, which is ironic because when I got out of high school, he was able to set me up my first job with the Department of the Army, and that just helped me advance further in my career. It still helps me now, even though I'm in the Air Force. In his free time, my dad coaches high school football. He's mainly more of a wide receivers coach, offensive line coach, but it's good to see that he goes out there, and what he taught me when I was a young man, he's actually teaching the other kids, and that makes me feel good because he's still an influence on other people's lives besides me, my sister, and my brother. He's taught me the rights and wrongs in life. I remember when I was younger, I would always ask him to do certain things, and he would tell me no. Then he would give me a reason. Then, like any normal kid, I would get upset and get mad and stomp away. But in the end, I realized it was for the best. And just like he says, he's always right. And he hasn't proven me wrong yet. Second, I would like to talk about my sister, Krista. And right here, this is actually a picture of me and her before I left for my current deployment. My sister was born in Bethesda Naval Hospital, like myself. She was born in 1988, which about a year and a half after I was. The funny thing about Krista, she's always been my partner in crime. We get in trouble together. We just do anything. We hang out. We're so close in age, so we can relate to different topics and everything. And I say the first time I got mad at her was when it was high school. It was 2005. I was graduating. I'm the older brother. That's how it is. And she decided she wanted to excel above and beyond. So she skipped some classes and she graduated the same year I did. It took half my graduation presents, but you know, in the end, I was still proud of my sister. Today, my dad always tells me he's proud that me and my sister are still close, and then I think about it, and so am I. I'm glad to be an older brother to her, and we can go back and talk and have fun. And even though our parents are divorced, we can still go to dad's house and have fun, or we can still go to mom's house, and me and her never butt heads, except for minor things, but it's okay. The next person I want to talk about is the youngest one in the family, is Julian. This kid right here. He's a Redskins fan, so just disregard that. Julian was born December 2000, and it was just, honestly, it was a shock. My dad got remarried in 2000, and then him and my stepmom, Nikki, ended up having my brother Julian. And Julian's just, he's a ball of joy. He is. He just turned 12, December 28th, a couple of days ago, but he acts like he's 20. So I'm kind of scared to see how he's going to act when he turns into a teenager. But he enjoys sports just like me. He's growing fast. He's almost taller than me, which is bad because I got a couple years on him, at least 13 years on him. But he likes basketball, soccer. He stays active. He really loves football. He loves the Redskins. He hates the Cowboys, which is why me and him butt heads. But no, that's what brothers do. I'm happy to be considered his older brother because now I feel that he has somebody to look up to that's kind of close to him in age. So when he gets to high school, you know, I'll be there And I feel like having him as a younger brother gives me the opportunity to prepare myself for having kids in the future, so I can show him the rights and wrongs to do, just as my dad showed me. Last but not least, I would like to talk about my mother, Taisha. She's actually wearing my uniform tie when I got back from my last deployment. And if you think going deployment is hard, just try to tell your mom that twice. It's even worse. My mother was born in Fairfax, Virginia in 1967. She's lived there all her life. My mother's always had a thing for moving. She's moved 10 times, I'd say, in the last 10 years. But all in all, she's been in the same area. That's my mother. I love her to death. I've always seen her as a nice parent when I was younger. Like, oh, dad didn't give me this, so you know what? I'll go to mom and get it. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But my mother is currently the manager of an apartment complex in Northern Virginia. She's been there, I think, for about 20 years now, and you know, she loves her job. I hate her job because she's always had meetings and keeps her out late, but you know, she's a hard worker and very independent, and I can't take that from her. She's always been there for me, and I love her for that. Even though, like I said earlier, her and my dad are divorced, but they're still friends. We can all just hang out if we need to, and it's real good. Today I talked about my family. If I had enough time, I would talk about my whole family, but I don't. I just wanted to talk about a few people that have a very big impact in my life, and not being able to spend time with them in the holidays, it gets hard, but then, you know, you realize why you're here. Keep reassuring yourself, and once you do all that, then you know that it's worth it. Thank you all for your time today, and have a good one.